What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? This is Love and Marriage DC. What's this? Season 1, episode 8, or I should say episode 9, The Winter Swindler. Let me just say this. I ain't got no energy. I'm about to go to sleep after this, or I'm gonna try to. I already took some medication or whatever. But I just want, and I was going to hold off and do it tomorrow, but I might be doing P Valley tomorrow. No, I'm definitely going to be reviewing P Valley tomorrow. Bitch, I just realized, like, listen, y'all. Uh, what's going on tomorrow? We got P Valley, which will be up earlier in the day, so y'all can look for that probably around the mid-afternoon or whatever. Um, but Real Housewives come back and Married to Medicine. Okay, Married to Medicine is finally coming back, and I am not missing that. I've been waiting for that forever. But anyway, I'm so glad next week is the season finale of this shit. I'm so sorry. First of all, shout out to Tasha, okay? Tasha must have looked at one of my videos because she posted a clip of my video, one of my reviews, and see, this is what I can appreciate again. I can appreciate somebody being on the show and taking the criticism and not feeling some type of way. But mama just took the part where I said, you know what, when she came up into that that place and she had that afro and that hat looking good as fuck, she was here for it. So she posted that on her Instagram. So shout out to her. But other than that, I'm sorry, y'all. I am so sorry. I don't know if we do this every week. Let me just go ahead and get into it. I'm not even finna give a big spiel because y'all already know how I feel about it. And this episode didn't change my mind. Actually, I will say this. A few people that have not been annoyed me this whole episode. Okay? So they getting ready to go to the house, the lake house or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's the lake house that, the ladies went to on the last season of Real Housewives of Potomac that, Monique was on. And so, of course, Kevin had to let everybody know that, well, not Kevin. Chris had to let everybody know that Kevin is coming. Of course, they're all happy that they're away from the kids and the houses and stuff like that. But, before that, Monique had let everybody know that Winter is coming. Mostly because she is the one that suggested the sex therapist that they're going to be talking to. And it's her. She's going to bring her. So that's why she's going to be there. There's no, she's not spending the night or anything like that. So when it comes down to this Kevin situation, of course, the fact that Winter name is mentioned and Raina has some problem with it. She turns her nose up. The other girl turned her nose up. And, Ashley annoyed the fuck out of me this episode. Raina kind of annoyed me as well because at the end of the day, regardless of how one may feel about Winter, because I probably feel the same way, Winter is good TV. Winter is the one that gave us TV tonight. Okay? Winter and fucking Kevin, but mostly Winter. Kevin failed in comparison. I don't know what it was that he was trying to do on this show, but Miss Winter overshadowed him. Okay, he did not utilize this little platform that he was presented with for 2 seconds well, because you're supposed to use the platform to convince people to say that, listen, I know this is out here about me, but I'm going to show you that this is not. And you didn't do that well, okay? You couldn't put together shit, and just your whole physical appearance and the demeanor just came off as, I'm guilty as shit. That's all that it came off as, okay? And I want these people, I'm trying to manipulate the hell out of you just like I manipulated the hell out of Winter. That's all that it was, but I'm jumping ahead. So when they started talking about Kevin, it was like, oh, Kevin is coming, and the men talked about something. When we first saw him, he came with a whole bunch of paperwork and whatever, and they're so quick to believe him because he had paperwork. And the reason I'm sitting here looking at DJ Quick, and I'm like, DJ Quick is really lame. He's really lame and corny. A lot of the stuff that he was saying in this episode, I said, oh my God, did he just become this lame, or has he always been this corny this whole time? And I just overlooked it. But, that's just what it was. And they so quick to believe Kevin because they don't fuck with Winter. And for Quick, I'm pretty sure it's because his wife don't mess with him. or I should say, his wife don't mess with Winter. So therefore, if my wife don't fuck with you, I'm not gonna fuck with you. I understand, but at the end of the day, you cannot tell me that you believe that man coming into a meeting, coming into a freaking public area. He came into a freaking little cigar lounge to meet people that he did not know. Kevin don't know Quick. Kevin don't know Jamie. Kevin don't know anybody but Chris and Monique and Winter. So why are you bringing a briefcase full of stuff with you to prove your point about you didn't scam, you still married, you still want to be with this woman, y'all still happily together, all this stuff? It just doesn't make sense. And you're going to put together a show, put the shit together. This sloppy. I'm just going to fucking say it. This season of television reality show has been fucking sloppy as hell. Because I'm seeing all of the holes and it's so fucking obvious. It should not be this damn obvious. And that was a dead ass giveaway. You know, and they was just like, listen, I believe him. And it's mostly because they don't believe Winter. Because they don't like her. That's just what it is, okay? Even though Monique is sitting there saying the divorce papers have been filed. He may not have signed them, but she filed them papers. And they talking about well, he was sitting there talking about how he's still happily married. He still got his ring. So what? That lady ain't finna sit here and tell you that she ain't got her ring or whatever just to say that she ain't got her ring. Okay, to make him feel some type of way. Like, no, listen to what he is saying and listen to what she is saying. I'm going to believe the person who wants to get out of the relationship instead of the person that's trying so hard to prove their innocence in something and they have yet to prove it. Somebody that's trying so hard to hold on and to manipulate the whole situation, and he just manipulated the men. He tried to make it seem like it was Winter's fault. And then somebody tried to say in the comments saying that, you know, they don't really believe Winter, they believe Kevin. That's your right, that's your opinion, but make it make sense. Especially after looking at this episode. You still believe Kevin? Tried to say that Winter is a gold digger. What is she digging off of? Winter was with an NFL player for years. Until they got divorced, which I'm pretty sure she got money from that divorce, child support for the 2 kids that they got together, her own business. We ain't hear nothing about her shit going bankrupt or, you know, having fraud alerts on that shit. We don't hear nothing about her taking money from Kevin. So maybe she was blinded by some of the little gifts and stuff that he gave her, yeah, but actually gold digging? Because if that's the case, she would have been still with him and put up with the bullshit. That man left and went and moved in his grandmama's basement instead of going and moving into his own house or whatever. And I guess, you know, if you want to say you're trying to save money on the economy, but baby, you too old for that. You're too old for that at this point. For somebody that's supposed to be gold digging. Then they said, you know, the book that he presented really wasn't a book that they wrote. It was a book that somebody else wrote, an ebook that somebody else wrote. And I said, see, this is dumb. This is dumb as hell, right? So, you know, they got to deal with that shit. I'm just really over this whole Kevin and Winter situation by now because it's too many holes in the story. Not saying that it's too many holes in the story, meaning that, you know, Winter is lying or whatever. It's too many holes in Kevin's stories to show that he's so much full of shit, and it's so obvious. It is so obvious at this point, all right? You know, they get to the house and Monique got these little like party favors, like, you know, making fun of the little fun size name, and the red light special got the little flashlight, they got the little red light, and then got the little candy, they got the little fun size or whatever, and everybody laughing, and Arena was like, we ain't finna get over that anytime soon. And I'm sitting here like, Arena, you damn near beat up or tried to whoop Winter ass over this little stupid nickname. Granted, I get the severity of it a little bit, but you did too entirely much. Ashley, you too, you know, and y'all joking about it. I guess y'all can laugh about it now because y'all see how stupid it is, but it's still, let's be pissed off at Winter for saying it in a sarcastic way or whatever. Now, granted, I really don't like Winter like that, but at this point, I was really on Winter's side this whole goddamn thing because everybody was fucking irritating me. And the whole time, it's like, All of this stuff and this misinformation and this back and forth shit is because of fucking Monique. I don't give a damn what nobody say. It's because of Monique, because Monique didn't have to take shit back to them. Okay, granted, they would have saw it on the TV because they're being recorded. And so for that reason, you let them watch it throughout the season, and we bring that shit to the reunion and we confront that shit there so the reunion can be good and juicy. Now, Monique then fucked that shit up and wanted to play messenger pigeon. She thinks she's Sheree on this shit. So let me go take this information from her and give it to her. And then let me act like I'm trying to mediate and trying to calm the stuff down, when in actuality, I'm just trying to stir up drama so that we can have something to watch throughout the season. Bitch, it ain't working. I'm sorry, it's not working, okay? So Winter gets there. Of course, nobody is really happy to see Winter. DJ Quick made it a point to freaking say hello to the sex therapist and to keep on saying, sex therapist, hey, sex therapist. Mind you, they both came in together. I said, that's childish as hell, all right? Like, come on, let's grow up. I get it, but let's grow up. All right, first of all, you a grown-ass man. You a grown-ass man, okay? Acting like a little ass boy. Stop that shit. I get it, but come on. Then they started talking about, with the sex therapist, with their little sex life and going from each couple. We get to the whole situation with Ashley and DJ Quick. Basically, he just a little tired these days, okay? He need a little bit more energy. When the sex therapist was talking to Ashley, she was like, you in your 40s, right? Girl, she said, hell no. Now, see, I would have felt a little offended, too, for a second. Like, bitch, damn, do I really look that fucking old? And the therapist wasn't trying to offend, though. She was just trying to say, because when women reach, like, their older years in life, especially, like, mid-30s or 40s and stuff like that, that's when their sexual libido just start ramping up. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, when the men kind of, like, start slowing down a little bit. Baby, the way Monique fell out laughing at that because of the way Ashley said, hell no. I said it was funny, but baby, it wasn't that funny. I'm sorry, but you would have fall out on the floor so hard and then I said no. Just stop, girl. All right. He just a little tired. The man is older. He said, I used to give it to her all night. I was sitting here like, I don't need to hear this. And I feel like some of that shit is lies, but all right, y'all a little bit exaggerating. Talking about the positions, I mean, I guess this is a sex class, but I just don't believe it coming from some of these couples. But hey, it is what it is. Moving on from that, Tasha and her man, Tasha said she's scared to have sex with her man because he don't want to get a vasectomy and she ain't trying to get pregnant no more. They trying to use condoms or whatever, but she's still scared. Understandable. Understandable. I said, you know what? Can they do, would they even, with the Roe vs. Wade thing, it says no abortions or whatever, so does that mean that you can't get your tubes tied or anything like that? But, if you don't want to make a permanent solution like that, even though I heard that, you can untie your tubes and you can get a reverse vasectomy, maybe y'all should just use birth control, okay? That's all. Just use birth control and still fuck your man, okay? That's all that it is. And man, you need to take in consideration of your wife, because your wife is the one that has to goddamn carry the baby, okay? Your wife, that's what men do not understand. These women that they are with and they are impregnating and y'all want so many goddamn kids with, like we are back in the 1900s and we ain't got shit else to do and we need to have a whole bunch of goddamn kids to help play and plow the fucking farm and sharecrop and all that shit. Bitch, do you know how much of a toll and how dangerous that is on a woman's body, especially a black woman? In this day and age with the medical shit? Exactly. Take in consideration that. I want you guys to take into consideration that. I know what the Bible said. Be fruitful and multiply. But sometimes we gotta fucking not take stuff so goddamn literal. Okay? We can't take stuff so literal all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? We have to talk to our partner and see exactly how they feel about things. Okay? This is how I feel. This is how you feel. How are we gonna feel and be in the middle? You know what I'm saying? Let's do something like that. But I like the fact that she was able to put that shit out there. He don't listen. Condom, please. Then start talking about Irina and Jamie. Baby, that whole situation a little weird to me. Jamie just likes to sex. Okay, he wanted when he wanted, how he wanted. Arena, she has the libido that kind of slowed down a little bit. They trying to spice that shit up, but it's like, how? You know what I'm saying? He said, when it's time to do like oral sex, she don't want to do it because it's like nasty. Now, that's been brought up. That's been brought up earlier in the season once before. And I just need to be clear. Is it that Irena does not like giving oral sex, or she does not like receiving oral sex, or is it both? Now, if it's both, or if it's she doesn't like giving, I understand that. But then that's also some selfish shit, because if he gonna go down on you, bitch, go down on him too. Okay, this is a 50-50 partnership. Listen, bitch, lick the head just a little bit, okay? I don't know how to do that shit, but girl, I just lick the head a little bit. Lick the tip, okay? Just play around with the tip. You ain't got to put the whole thing in the mouth, okay? Make your hand do the rest of the work. I don't know. Somebody clarify that up in the comments, okay? But I said, Arena, she remind me, and if she don't give head, baby, which I know there is some people that don't, and there's some people that don't care about that, so they're perfectly fine together. But for the women that don't like to receive oral sex, what's your reasoning? Did you have a bad experience? Did somebody use too much teeth? Num 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 on your clit? What's going on? Like, what happened? Oh, because a lot of women can climax from clitoral stimulation more than actual penetration. I just want to know the tea. Like, put it down in the comments. I'm interested. Girl, we finna get a little bit of afternoon delight at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk. Anyway, they move on to freaking Chris and Chris and Monique. She want more romance, okay? She want more romance and stuff, not just bang, bang, bang and go to sleep, okay? She don't want that. She want to be more attentive to, attentive to, go over my whole body. That's what she wants, okay? And, Chris had to give this whole explanation about when he was 4 or 5 years old, which I'm pretty sure this has happened to a lot of men in some way, shape, or fashion or form, where they were introduced to porn, and that's how they learn how to have sex, whatever, or what they think that sex is, and that's why they have sex the way that they do. And so, he was explaining that's what it was and that's where it was coming from. But you know what? When Valentine's Day came, I did my thing on Valentine's Day. Oh, he did his thing, because Valentine's Day was like, wow. I'm sitting here like, all right. The way they said it was like the first time ever in that whole 10-year plus relationship that he ever had made love to her. And that's what I call making love. Like, he said, listen, we was doing it for the whole night. And then I woke up and she was still laying on top of me, just sleep. I said, oh, you put her to sleep right on. Now, you did something where you put her to sleep on top of you. Okay? I said, that's cute. But damn, is this the first time in the whole relationship? Because Monique was going off in that confessional. Slap it, rub it, hit it, damn. Mind you, Chris trying to explain. The whole time, I'm not trying to listen to neither one, because I really don't want to see it, okay? Kind of do, but kind of don't. You know what I'm saying? More so kind of do. Little so kind of don't. You figure it out. So, and it is so sad that that's where men get their guidance for sex from, porn, because they don't have nobody talking to them. But as everybody was talking, all of a sudden, here comes Winter. Winter interjects, and she was like, you guys, I know everything has been a little bit weird between us, and, everything has just been out of order, and a lot of misinformation has come, and I know that I said those nicknames about your husbands, but I just want you to know that I said those in a sarcastic way. I was not actually being for real. I was not talking about you guys' relationship or anything like that, so for that, I apologize. But with this whole situation that's going on right now, I am seeing that this is what love is about. This is what being a couple about, and this is really what's drawing me to you guys, and this is what I wish I would have saw, because this right here, you guys putting all of this stuff on display and talking about your relationships, this makes me feel so good, okay? This makes me just like, oh my God, this is what I wanted. I was kind of with Ashley for a second when she felt like the shit wasn't sincere, but I didn't give Winter that much, try to make it negative, because Winter once again is apologizing. I'm so tired of everybody apologizing, okay? If I apologize to you once, maybe twice, bitch. I'm not finna do it again. If you don't get it, you don't understand it, you don't feel it, bitch, that ain't my problem, okay? I'm not about to do it no more. Meanwhile, after that, at one point the lady was talking about, she had different toys. I said, is that bedroom Candy up there? That's what y'all should have did. Okay, Candy, you should have had Carlos. Well, Carlos don't fuck with Candy like that. If you can't tell, he don't fuck with Candy like that. To let people get on that podcast and talk her ass or whatever, cause he feel like she got a little bit too much power over there, and she just skating along, bitch. That's how you supposed to do shit. You ain't supposed to cause so much fucking drama that people hate you and want your ass off the show for causing drama, bitch. You skate the fuck along when you ain't got no drama to fucking cause, bitch. Okay? Girl, she up there talking about it was a glass dildo. She was like, you know what? And the thing that people don't realize about glass dildos is that you can freeze it and put it inside you. I said, hold on. Now, see, you lost me with glass. Can you imagine something happening and then that bitch break inside you? No. No. Give me my plastic. I will work fine with that with my partner. Okay, we're not doing glass. We're not doing glass. And then cold too? Oh no. What type of glass are we talking about? Reinforced? Oh, girl, I don't know. Meanwhile, we get up in there, they're about to get ready to eat, and they're sitting down. But before they get ready to eat, Arena and Winter, they get pulled to the side and they have a little conversation. And Arena was touched. I don't know if she necessarily was touched, but she was moved to go over there to tell Winter, you know what? After what you said, I'm good. It was a big misunderstanding and all that shit. So they talked about what happened between them. They apologized for what happened the last time that they met up. Because at the end of the day, Arena, regardless of what was going on, you did too fucking much. You did too fucking much. You did too fucking much asking about the girl's mental state because of the stuff that was going on in her relationship. You was trying to hurt her on purpose because that's what you said. You bringing up her old relationship that ain't got nothing to do with this current relationship, And of course, you know that girl is mentally going through stuff. The man is not giving her the divorce that she wants. He won't sign the papers. Okay? So for you to bring that shit up, that was very nasty. That was nasty. I get what you was doing. That was nasty. I probably would have did something shit like that, but if it was deserved, okay? And at that moment, I think you went overboard. I really think you went overboard. But, it was big of them two to actually come together and to actually talk and get that cleared up. But of course, Ashley had something to say about it. She just wasn't really here for it because I think it was Monique or somebody that said, what was y'all over there talking about? I said, that's them. It was an A and B conversation, so see your goddamn way out of it. But of course, Serena had to say what it was, and Ashley had to interject and say, basically, she did not feel like the apology was sincere. It wasn't enough for her or whatever. And Arena said, well, shit, bitch, it was enough for me. And then it just went, Ashley just had this nasty fucking, and I see what y'all mean now. Like, for once, I see it. For the ones that said, you know what, they don't like her, she's a mean girl. I get it that Winter, rubbed you wrong. Because she rubbed me wrong when I first saw her too, right? But at the same time, I can see when a person is trying or at least appearing or attempting to seem as if they're trying. Ashley is not trying whatsoever. It's like every time she says anything, she's going to have something negative to say about Winter regardless. We get it. You don't fucking like her. It is fine. And then for quick to try to interject and let my wife speak. Let my wife speak. Fuck your wife. And you shut your ass up. Your wife is doing the fucking most. She's the one that won't let this shit go. Why are you harboring on this so bad? Oh, you gave my husband a nickname. Okay, bitch, you was laughing at it. Let it go. Like, I just don't understand it. And then Monique, you sitting over there acting like you ain't doing nothing. You want to offer some. Girl, shut up. Telling them, why don't you tell us what's been going on, since you was up in Mexico and all the stuff that you've been going through. Winter should not have to sit there and to say that she been carrying a whole bunch of stuff for these last 8 months. That's why she's acting out this way. That's why she acting out that way. No. We don't need a fucking backstory. Common sense can tell us with all the other little shit that we done heard about your goddamn marriage and shit that's going on. We can tell that you're going through shit because as a human, you would be going through the same thing. Mentally, you would be kind of just tired, okay? And stressed. All right. And you're not trying to get into it with people. And yeah, you may come off a little fucked up a little bit this and there, but she's trying to correct it. Okay. But it's misinformation that keeps going back and forth and back and forth. And a bitch that keep on stirring it up and keeping it up instead of letting that shit die down. All right. Bitch, I'm just saying, like, Ashley, let that shit go. You don't want to be friends with her. Y'all never going to be friends. It is fine. Next thing you know, the doorbell rings. Here comes Kevin. And this is where I just about was done with this show. Okay? I was done with this show, this episode at this particular moment. And I was like, if next week is not the finale, I'm just going to lose it. Because Chris felt the need to invite Kevin so that he can defend himself against the things that have been said about him. Kevin has not seen Winter in 9 months because Winter does not want to see Kevin. That's why. And she has all the right to do that. For Chris to say, I'm giving him the opportunity to defend himself for what? To who? Kevin don't know these people. These people are not friends of his. These people do not affect his life. These people really don't give a damn about him. So why do he need the opportunity to come on the show to fucking defend himself about a fucking relationship that nobody cares about because they don't give a fuck about Winter and they damn sure don't give a fuck about Kevin? And we saw they wanted to be a little bit messy by being in the shit and trying to get down to the bottom of it. But, bitch, even that got boring and they fucking left. Because he got nowhere. And they saw right through that shit. So all the men that was saying, oh, I believe Kevin, as soon as Kevin came through and started talking for a couple of minutes, they was like, even Quick said, that motherfucker a scammer. Okay? You know? And I'm just sitting here like, Chris, you's a big dummy. I'm sorry to say it like that. You's a messy one. You and your wife, I see why y'all together because y'all messy as shit. And I don't know who told y'all to do this. And then if you wanted to be real, I probably would have gave Kevin a little bit of a benefit of a doubt had he just came there with himself. Once again, he shows up with a briefcase full of papers. Those same fucking papers that he came to that cigar lounge with. To prove his innocence, quote unquote, allegedly, to people he's never met before who plays no role in his life. Who goes through all of that fucking trouble? Why are we trying to prove something to fucking strangers? Huh? That has no bearing on the case and no bearing on the fucking outcome. Because it doesn't matter if they believe or whatever or don't believe. Winter don't want your ass. At the end of the day, that's all that it is. She don't want your ass, so let her the fuck go. Okay? You come up in there, you got your briefcase, you're bringing out the book trying to say that it wasn't before, it was written after the whole embezzlement shit came out, and Winter said, first of all, no, somebody transcribed that from something that I was talking about, and I didn't really write that shit, and it came out in October 2020. It didn't come out in no 2020. Baby Tasha looked over there at that thing and it said, copyright 2020. And he could never answer the question straight. He kept on bringing out all these fucking papers. Who walks around with a whole bunch of papers, legal papers and shit? That is some fishy, scammy ass shit. You can't tell me, like, who does that? To fucking strangers? Even Monique was over his ass. And you know that's a lot for her ass to be over because she want everybody to be cool. You know, I'm just sitting here like, this is dumb and a waste of time. And Winter started fucking singing and just signing the fucking divorce papers and all this shit. And I was just like, this is stupid. I was just sitting here like, what y'all wound up doing is giving a platform to a narcissist. And that is the worst thing that you can do is give a platform to a narcissist so that their ego and their narcissism can become even greater. And what he is trying to do is trying to force and manipulate Winter to stay with him. By doing this in front of all of her quote-unquote friends, which they are not her friends, or trying to do it in front of a public to trying to shame her, to try to make her feel bad or make her feel like the bad person. And that's not what's working here because it's backfiring because we see the manipulation at play. Trying to say that, well, you ain't talked to me for 9 months because you left me. And she said, no, baby, you left and you went to your grandmama's house. And then I said, listen, I'm finna file for divorce, okay? You knew what was going on. You knew what was up, so let's not act like it. Kevin is an older man. So Kevin been in his life a long time, so he knows a great deal about manipulation, and that is exactly what he was doing, And then come to find out, he used religion, he used her Christian faith to win her over, and to also win her parent over, her mother. That's what it was. And see, I cannot stand when people use religion for evil. And that is exactly what he did. He used it to manipulate the hell out of her. Okay? And when Ashley and them had to leave, they was like, damn, bitch, I don't like the girl, but I gotta tell you, that motherfucker is a scammer. Because even Ashley had to speak up on her behalf. Like, so when was all this? So did you scam or did you not? Then, Winter said something like, I would have liked to have been with you when you was in your architecture firm. Now, since when did I say that I was an architect? I said, so bitch, you lied about that? Oh my God. So you just outed yourself on that shit. It was stupid to the point where everybody left. They go upstairs. Ashley and Winston had a little conversation. They get on the same page. They're not going to be friends, but they're going to start over. And she was like, regardless of what's going on, whether I like you, I'm trying to get to know you, I'm not going to sit there and let a motherfucker just go through some bullshit when I see somebody trying to play them. And that's exactly what Kevin was doing, okay? That motherfucker, she said, listen, after just listening to him talk for a couple of minutes, I don't understand how come you couldn't see that he was being full of shit when I just heard it for a couple of minutes, okay? I said she was blinded by whatever she was blinded by. That's all that it was, okay? Love is blind. I don't even know if it was really love at that point. But, Kevin, this was not... What was you trying to... What, you thought that you was going to come there, present these papers, and Winter was going to be like, okay, damn, I'll withdraw the divorce papers. You got me. I still want you, and we're going to be together. No, let that shit go and move on about your life, okay? And Chris, stay out of motherfuckers' business, because that could have went a whole lot different. It could have got real messier than it did, okay? Like... You too fucking grown to be doing some stupid shit like that. Acting like you... I just want him to come so that, he can defend himself and so he can say his side. Who gives a fuck about his side? And with all honesty, we didn't even give a fuck about Miss Winter's side. We didn't need to know none of this shit. But they kept the show going. I ain't even gonna lie on that one. Even though we ain't need to see it and it was stupid as hell, they kept the show going because y'all wasn't giving us nothing. And you know what it is that I think it came down to with me? I enjoy them individually and seeing their individual, situations that's going on instead of seeing them as a group. Because sometimes when it's like when they went as a group, it just feels way too manufactured, okay? It does not feel authentic, okay? But when they're like talking about the issues that's going on within their families, going on within their households, and we're seeing all of that, I enjoy that way more. Way more. But that was Love and Marriage DC. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. The season finale is next week, but please don't let it be a 2-part reunion because it's not. I don't even know if I'm going to review the reunion, if it is a reunion, which I think it is a reunion. But y'all tell me how y'all feel, okay? I'll see y'all later. Peace.